while our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings and salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here, and day when FAMU Athletics is getting ready. Is we got what 2 weeks, 13 days until Redemption Saturday is what I saw. It's what I heard. So we look forward to being down there in Miami Gardens. But today, I got a question for you. Does FAMU Athletics have a vision? Like, I asked the question just because, it's just kind of one of those days. Like, we did get an offer out there, but we also kind of noticed some of the things, especially from past athletic directors, are kind of floating back up there. And you can kind of see where people are like, there's no vision. And so I was like, is there not a vision? Or are we kind of in between there? So, but before we do that, HBCU Digital, this is home to Herb Seward, the Black Techies. Also, check out Herb with his podcast, views from the doing band podcast, and covering some of the best bands, SWAC, MEAC, SIEC, CIAA, doing all of them. So pretty good times there with Herb. Now, as mentioned, we're going to talk about that. But first, if you have not double-checked NFL Network like I did today, I had to turn it off. Otherwise, I'd be like looking up and looking at the TV, kind of get a glance. But I did catch the replay of the Cowboy game. Man, look, Isaiah Lane got a sack. He got a strip sack, actually. So he forced a fumble, and he got a sack on the same play. Besides that, I mean, he was solid. You could definitely see where his time as a defensive end maybe kind of affects him as far as on the field. Like he definitely missed the tackle where it's like, man, he could have had it. Maybe put his hands up a little bit more when he's trying to defend the pass. But looks solid, man. And as an edge rusher, especially a guy coming on third down, he's got a shot. I don't know if he makes the team. I hope so. But he's got a shot. Definitely somebody's practice squad, though. Like, you're not going to let that pass by. Also, look, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's safety. Marquise Bell, yeah, he's probably going to make the roster. And go back and check the FAMU Athletics Twitter page. As I almost said Isaiah Lane again. Xavier Smith, that catch he made in that game was sweet. Going to the right, ball's he's kind of blindsided. Like he doesn't see the ball coming, and he catches it. Yeah, man. Yeah, sweet catch. Some rattlers in the NFL. Got 3 of them right now, so I'm cool with it. I'm here for it. Let's have some community events, man. And look, if you're a FAMU athlete, man, look, hope y'all get some rest tonight because I'm tired for you. We had the free dinner at the fairgrounds, and that's kind of been a tradition. Like we've had that for a few years. Went pretty well. I was gonna say looked like it went pretty well, but then we also had Fan Day today. Fan Day was really nice. Got to show off the facilities a little bit. Looks like we have some renovations made to the scoreboard at Lawson. It looks slightly improved. And then got to see the SWAC championship. The trophy was there. Also got to meet and greet both volleyball and the football teams today. So it was a good time had by all. Pictures are great. I really want to see some of the pictures. Go check ONG Strike Zone. Kelvin Rozier was there and took some pictures. And it was like, okay, all right. Coach Simmons was there. So good times to be had. So back to my question. My question was, does FAMU have a vision as far as athletically? Now, football-wise, yeah, faith, family, football, like it's very clear. FAMU definitely has a vision, a mission, vision, and values. As a university, I can tell you, FAMU definitely has mission, vision, values. Like I can tell you that it's pretty easy. We all know excellence with caring, all those things like that. But when it comes to athletics, I don't think we got a concise vision. I do see where things are happening though. Like that's something I'll say there. But I don't think we have something where if you ask any alumni, they would know. Like, what's your mission, vision, and your values? So that comes about because I'm a teacher, you don't know. But during the summers, teachers don't get paid. So you always got to find something to do. So I worked at this place called the Escape Game. A lot of fun. If you haven't done, go do that. Special ops was my game. So this game I ran, game I learned. It's fun. I escaped like 2 of the rooms though. Uh, and one of the things they sell you as soon as they get there is their mission, vision, values. That's what and it's catered that way because once you learn somebody's mission, vision, values, it's easy for you to follow. With FAMU, I can tell you, it's on the shield. Excellence with caring. There you go. I can tell you FAMU is very committed to producing high quality graduates and that alumni, we value that FAMU experience. Like those are things that pretty much you're going to get real consistent. Like there's nothing like FAMU. We're going to tell you that you're going to get those things. With athletics, I don't know if we got that. So I will say for our mission, it's kind of unclear. Part of it we definitely know is producing graduates. We know that. We also know that we're trying to get them out in a certain amount of time. But we're also trying to win championships. But what is our singular thing that we can focus on? That whether you go to Fangs Up, ONG Strike Zone, you go listen to Swoop or Swope, whatever, that we're all going to kind of be like, yo, we may have 3 different viewpoints, but you can hear it from any FAMU pundit or person. This is what athletics is about. I don't think we got that. I'm just saying. I definitely think for our AD, the vision is there. Uh, it's not known though. It's not like out for the masses. We're trying to produce graduates. We're also trying to be financially solvent. She's trying to be a good steward of your money. That's something she stated. I think values for FAMU is winning champions and graduating students. But the problem lies as far as from the outside looking in, it's very easy to feel like things aren't getting done. When in fact, more than you know or think about is really getting done and it's happening. For instance, the stadium. You got the parking lot that's getting redone, almost done. Video boards are going in, almost done. I'm hearing that they're supposed to do some more improvements to the stadium. Supposedly, the city of Tallahassee is looking to invest in Bragg again. Maybe that's why some of those games didn't happen the way they went. Just saying. Check WCTV on that, though. I've heard they're the plug on that one. So go check that out. Heard that was on that news report at 6, so probably be on at 11. Go check them out for that. Lawson Center, the video board looks pretty new or renovated, like updated. So video board looks like it's got some updates that just happened to it. Tennis complex is being resurfaced. Golf team finally have some type of facilities on campus. So those are improvements. One is new because I should have put that with the new stuff. But what's athletics vision? What do they value? Hey, Miss Williams. And I don't think that's clear. I don't think FAMU has that as far as something that we're just clearly trying to do. But we got some shiny new stuff too. I just said the golf team, look, they got a whole top golf type setup with the driving area, pitching, all that. And maybe, I don't know if it's open to the public or not. I gotta check out that. I know FAMU be kind of good for like, we have stuff and it's okay if the public uses it. Like, don't tell everybody that, but they kind of do that a lot. Like right now, it's 11,000 degrees. All those date trees on campus, you can pick all the dates you want. Nobody's gonna fuss. Nobody cares. People come out of the neighborhood, literally pick fruit off the trees, go back home, and it's like, take all you want. We have pecan trees on campus. Get all you want. Like it's that kind of environment a lot of times with stuff. But you also got Rattlers Plus. If you didn't check it out, they just dropped the Kendall Bowler video. It's like a 3-minute video. It's free. I downloaded the app. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, and that's not a shameless plug or anything. They didn't pay me to say that. Josh didn't ask me to say anything about that. I just was like, oh crap. New stuff. Rattlers Plus. You got the FAMU app. Like, we're seeing a lot of improvements, but we don't have a general focused thing. Like, and I think that's something we need as a program. Like, we got future improvements coming. The track is supposed to be renovated. That's supposed to get updated. FAMU relays are supposed to come back. The target is 2025 per coach. So you're starting to see like, okay, things are happening, but it's quiet. It's not said out loud. And I think that's one of the problems. Like one of the problems FAMU has, you don't have a clearly stated mission, vision, or value coming from an athletic director. I think one of the things we saw from Milton Overton when he was here was this one thing I want to happen. Field house renovated. Did it happen? No. Didn't come to fruition, but it was a vision. And it was something that we could get behind. We could try to make happen. Now he leaves early and it doesn't happen. But at the same point, we see him as a visionary because he had the idea, he had the forethought. Let's try to make this happen. We need that from AD Sykes. I argue. I'm going to say that. And granted, she's only been here for 6-7 months. And contrary to popular belief, the lady's done more than probably you want to give her credit for. Now, some of this is Sunday, I'm a curse. Some of y'all some male chauvinist assholes. Period. Like you treat her like trash because you're a chauvinist. You're a pig. Get a lady a chance. Because in her time there, the NCAA problems we had last year aren't there. She already fixed half of what you brought her in there to do. She specializes in fixing NCAA. NCAA compliance has been fixed. I mean, period. Did she have all this experience in other areas? No. But again, the number one thing that she was really brought to do, she's already started it. I'm cool with that right now. Other things, hey, again, OBC, all the other stuff, that's great. Some of y'all sound real dumb because, hey, the lady's like, I'm working on schedule for 2029. Like, some of us aren't realizing that the schedule's been done for 2-3 years. So there were some workarounds, but there weren't. But on the flip side of that, the other things we're seeing, a lot of repairs are happening. Now, some of that, I don't know how much you give to her, and I don't know how much you get at the previous administrations because they may have been on the docket. They just didn't happen. Like, I don't know how much credit I can give for the scoreboard happening. That was supposed to happen a while ago, but it came to fruition while she was here. So cool. You get that. You got that. Parking lot, you got that. The golf thing, again, I don't know if that's an AD Sykes thing or before she got here. So some of the stuff she may get the credit for and she may not have created. Other things, though, going into your 6-month in, I'm going to go ahead and give you that credit for. The vision to notice that, okay, this track thing needs to happen. And hey, hear alumni say, FAMU Relays needs to come back. Not just because it's a pride thing. You know, it's not even that whole FAMU Rattler pride thing. It's a fact that this is a event that generates revenue that also helps recruiting, that helps go towards that goal of winning championships. I can tell you that FAMU Athletics values championships. And FAMU alumni value champions. Like we tell you we brag different because we do. And God help if we win a championship, we are not gonna let you forget it. We still ain't let y'all forget. We got the first national championship at a certain level. You look, it's gonna be 100 years from now. We still gonna be talking about that. Like it's just what it is. But on the other side, we gotta have some like stated things. Some things need to be targeted. I think sometimes I like I like AD Sykes so far because some of the stuff she does, she just does and she just fixes it. She's making sure coaches are getting paid. Some of these coaches ain't got their bonuses in years. She's been fixing that. She ain't sat up there and bumped on the table and said it, but she'll say it in a meeting. You sit in the meeting, she's like, okay, we're getting this fixed, we're getting that right, getting this straight, doing this. She's doing a lot of fixing. Like, and that's already come out. So I didn't break that. Like, you didn't know, okay, I broke it, but I didn't break the news. Like, you already knew. So I just finally said it after knowing it for a few months. Um, but again, she's also trying to make sure some of this other stuff does happen. You know, Ken Riley's name's going to be on the field. It's going to be on the scoreboard. You know, they're making sure they get money for that. She's reaching out and making contacts with the affinity groups. She's in the booster meeting. AD Sykes is in the booster meeting. I can tell you that. Been there, watched her, asked her questions. I don't go deep into that because I'm not on Fangs Up purposes when I'm there. I'm just there to help with the social media page. But again, when it comes to FAMU stuff, she's meeting with the groups. She's meeting with the National Alumni Association. She's working to get the strike tour in other places. And that's a fair criticism for some. I've heard where some have been like, yo, the strike tour is not doing as much. It's 20 stacks if you want a strike tour to come to your city. She's coming to Tampa soon. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that or not, but hey, if I broke news, I broke it on that one. She's coming to Tampa. Like, get your money up. Go to the event, support FAMU Athletics. But it's just, we got to get that information out. It shouldn't be coming from the FAMU pundits and the talking heads that are like, yo, the strike tour is coming here and this is going there. Like, nah, that needs to come from them. That needs to come from the university. That needs to come from the athletic department so that the people in that area can get their change right. Like, don't tell them 2 weeks ahead. Tell them now. Because some people that really love FAMU, look, they're gonna save their chips up. And if you tell them it's $1,000 3 months ahead, they may not have it in the budget now, but they'll find it. I'm just saying, like, part of the reason I don't think FAMU has athletics has a targeted mission, vision, values is because the information that we get a lot of times is not shared publicly. It's stuff that's said here, said there, then all of a sudden, you know, the blog spot drops it, and you just like, who snitched? Because that was said in a closed door meeting. Like, that wasn't for the masses. That was supposed to be quiet. I knew who the bowling coach was a couple days before they released it. I wasn't gonna say nothing. She said that in confidence during the meeting. I was good. But at the same point, when she dropped it, look, I had my questions. I was ready. Like, But at the same point, we have to get in the habit as a program, getting ahead of it. Like, and for me, I'm a solution-based person. I like solutions. If I see a problem, I want solutions. And if I don't have a solution, I'll tell you I don't know, but I'll try to find it. So first thing FAMU Athletics needs to do, have a mission. Like, just a general mission. Like, what's your mission? Produce graduates, win championships. It could be that simple. And I feel like we're there, but I don't feel like it's stated. Like, I feel like the building champions thing is a part of that, but I think that could be your mission. Now, your vision, that's where I think we don't have an effing vision. We have, like, I feel like we're trying to fix 1,000 things at one time instead of saying, okay, Let's fix these 2 or 3 things and kind of keep moving forward. And some of it is because so many things are broken that, again, you got coaches who haven't gotten bonuses in years. You have facilities that are falling apart at times, or facilities that are severely in need of upgrades. And then all of a sudden, you win championships in spite of, and now it's like, all right, the tennis facilities, they need an upgrade. They just won a championship. All right, I can tackle that this year. Let me handle that. But you got the baseball team that's over there sitting there looking like, hello. I mean, because if I'm an athlete, I'm looking at the basketball teams and the football team like, okay, they got it good. What about us? I mean, the volleyball team, that facility just got tight. Like now they're moving to Gaither. Hopefully the floors are finally fixed. Like you start to see it, even with Gaither, volleyball teams are probably going to share that with the basketball team some of the time because there are restrictions on when the basketball team can practice at Lawson because it's an educational facility. So they can't just use it anytime they want. So it's just like stuff like that is problematic. And not having a vision to say, we need to fix this particular thing is going to hurt the program. Now, granted, she's been there 6-7 months. I don't anticipate the AD to give me a mission, vision, and value for the entire athletic program when she's new to it. But after year 2, I expect some more things to get tackled as things clear up. Because, again, once the tennis facility is done, that's good for a few years. Next, we need to work on the baseball facilities. And I think because I stated, again, mission should be building champions. Like, and you can say building champions in the classroom and on the field. Keep it simple. But vision should be to have high level facilities or high quality facilities and to produce a certain caliber of student athletes that graduate and do something after FAMU, either in the classroom or professionally. But to me, I think that's where your vision should be. And it starts with facilities. Like we have to continuously work to upgrade facilities. I think you go back to that Milton Overton Fieldhouse thing, update it and turn it into fruition. You drop stadium capacity by the stadium's truly below 20,000. Like it's about 19, but right at 20,000, especially with the recent upgrades. Do something with the field house. New field house, multi-story facility, stuff like that. Then that allows you to generate more revenue. And it also allows you to fulfill the vision of having and improving high quality facilities. The basketball facility is great. Volleyball facility is about to be solid, especially even if they get Gaither Gym as a standalone facility for them with a new floor. That's solid. I mean, that's meets the industry standard. Like very few schools, if any, are building brand new facilities just for volleyball. That's meeting an industry standard, in my opinion. Softball, softball's okay for now, but then you go towards the baseball. I think that becomes your thing where you start to produce high quality facilities. And once you win championships, some of that fixes itself, some of it doesn't. But then you also have to work on getting the sponsors. And then with the values are going to be what they are. They're winning championships. Like, that's it. Like, championships and graduation. But it has to be stated. And that's one of the things I think we're missing. Just as an athletic program and looking sometimes from the inside out, but also from the outside in. We don't have a singular focus. Like, you'll hear ONG and myself say a lot of similar things because we agree on some things. We do. And just being honest. And sometimes we actually say, bro, yo, we need to push some stuff. We need to push some narratives about FAMU. And it's not just like trying to like control narratives, but it's because we actually believe how great FAMU is and how great it can be. That's why we do this. But at the same point, it's got to come from the leaders. It just can't come from the people that cover it. It's got to come from the people who produce it. And so that's one of my big things. Like, again, have a singular mission, vision, and values, and target a particular action. Because when you see that, that's how you have success. I used to work at Publix. Publix was my first job. Publix's vision clear. They want to be the best. And they want to they want to grow. They want to grow in their own way, but it's targeted. The escape game, same thing. They have a targeted approach. They know what they're trying to do. They know how they're trying to do it different. FAMU's got to do the same thing athletically. We have to focus on those things because it sounds real cute for us to argue and fuss about ticket prices and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not balking at a FAMU football ticket price. Not when I know what I've paid to go to Florida State games. Like, just being real with you. I went to Florida State, Georgia Tech in Atlanta at Bobby Dodd Stadium, and I've spent more than I've ever spent for a FAMU football game. The most I've ever spent for a FAMU football game was the Orange Blossom Classic. To sit in box seats. I paid more to see a team I hate, and they're called the University of Florida. I've paid over $100 to sit inside of Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, and I cannot stand the Gators. Granted, I was wearing Kentucky clothes. I was cheering for Kentucky. But at the same point, until it becomes something where we are stating that, one, this is what we're trying to produce, this is what we're trying to do, you're not going to be able to create that buy-in for the alumni to say, this is our focus. Let's produce this, let's focus on this, and let's attack that. And I hope we get that. So that's really where I'm at with this. We're going to get to the uncork thing on Thursday. That's because the uncork thing's Friday. But today, my question was, and because we got to get to OVC week, like, look, telling y'all that before the OVC, y'all get tired of me. We're gonna go back over that, tell y'all I got FAMU by 20 going to that week, talk about some of the events and activities. But yeah, today I want to see that, and ask about that. And if you have an idea, look, drop it, email it, send me what you think we can do. Because one of the things I've noticed is all of our affinity groups, we got something different going on, but they all kind of want greatness for FAMU and FAMU athletes and FAMU students. So, like, for instance, if you're going down to Miami, Blue people are supporting something. If you remember Phi Beta Sigma, they partner with the National Alumni Association of Miami-Dade County. They got a tailgate going on. I ain't going because it's blue. I ain't doing nothing blue that week. I'm sorry, respectfully. And I'm non-Greek, but I ain't doing nothing blue OVC week. I ain't having blueberries. I don't even have blackberries because the juice is blue. I ain't wearing blue jeans. I don't nothing. I don't want to listen to Blue Cantrell. If it's got the word blue in it during the Orange Blossom Classic weekend, I ain't doing it. I ain't touching nothing blue. You can sit up there and pass me something, be like, oh, that's a nice color. What color is it? I don't know. I ain't seeing that. I want nothing blue OBC week. But mentioning send-offs and other events that we have going on, but they got a Rattler Roundup, Broward County down there, South Florida. They got something coming in 4 days, and just, a chance for the FAMU League to get together. It's that Smitty's. Look, all I know is with a name like Smitty's, you better have some barbecue. Like, if you ain't got no barbecue, it's on. Other events, Nashville Alumni Association in Suwannee County having a meeting event. It's good times we had. Bring a friend, trying to get you to join. National Alumni Association, as well as Rattler Boosters, are trying to encourage people to support, especially because, look, Rattler Boosters, they putting some venom behind their strikes. I'll say that much. They are being very supportive of FAMU Athletics, help pay for the cooling trailer, also helping with, offsetting some of the costs for some of those coaches and other things like that they're doing. So FAMU Boosters is really active, man. I really wish, I don't know, we'll talk about it, but got to find a way to publicize more of what they do, because otherwise you would just think they're not doing anything and they're just kind of there. And then when you sit in the meetings, you're like, I mean, y'all jokers doing a lot. Like Rattler Boosters is really doing a lot. The lowest membership's $100. Lifetime membership is $750. $750 I ain't got to pay again. Look, that's a good deal. um, so I'm just saying, I'm gonna get that regular membership this year though. Same thing, National Alumni Association though. They got a lot going on, trying to support these students and these babies as they head up to the highest of seven hills. Y'all get ready. Look, freshman week is coming for these kids. They got a whole week of events planned and set up. I felt like I uploaded it. I didn't. Go check the FAMU social media page though. They got a whole week of events for the freshmen that are coming into college. So good times be had. Also, hey, I know we got to make sure we let all of our supporters know, especially number one supporter, Cable Busters, cablebustertv.com. Who you gonna call? Cable Busters. Also, look, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna say it one more again. I'm gonna say it like two more times until they say the hotel prices and ran out. Look, homecoming week. Don't say I didn't tell you. Prairie View is coming to FAMU. Look at that hotel rate. This is from the National Alumni Association. 149 a night. That's what they had it at. I don't know if it's still there, but don't start complaining because you already know when homecoming comes, it's an experience. It is the experience. So we can see, like, when you start having a mission, vision, values type thing, homecoming it's a week. And some of y'all already putting a little $100 away every check so you can get ready because you're on a mission to have a good time. So, but man, that's the show, y'all. We talked about just maybe you have a mission, vision, values. And my answer is no. Athletic wise, no. We don't have a clear one, but we need one. And I think in the AD Sykes second year, what I'm hoping to get from her is some major projects, but then like one thing for us to attack. What's the focus? Like, what do you want us as alumni to do? Because what I see is reaching out to the affinity groups and saying, hey, the boosters, can y'all help me here? And they say yes, 9 times out of 10. We could use a little something on the nutrition side. Like, so if you want to make some donations to the Athletic Fund, do that because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the boosters are doing a lot. National Alumni Association, she goes to them. She talks to them, but we don't have a singular thing that all FAMU fans are supporting. So hopefully we can get a little 1887 going for the National Alumni Association or one of these groups to kind of get all of us to support Rattler Athletic Fund. But going forward, we need that singular focus and we need a major project, probably at the stadium. Baseball stadium could use it, but football stadium would be the most visible that we can all get behind, see come to fruition, and that be something that for AD Sykes' time at FAMU is something that sticks and outlives her because we have that from other athletic directors. Ken Riley, he balanced the budget. He did. Like that was his lasting legacy. Yeah, he coached at FAMU. He was okay as a coach. He was great as an athletic director. We have, you know, other athletic directors. Look, it wasn't as good. Yeah, from the Gaucher era, stuff got done. Like, love him, hate him. But when Gaucher was AD, stuff changed at FAMU. Became much more of a business-minded program. And now we're getting to the AD Sykes era. And so far, she's just been a fixer. Like, if I'm being honest with you, like, I'll take y'all behind the closed doors. She's fixed a lot of stuff. Her first couple months is I'm just going to come in and fix stuff. But I'm going to be quiet about it. Whereas to me, look, she's too bashful. I'd have told y'all I fixed that. I fixed this. I fixed that. I got them paid. I got them paid. I got the APR working on that. Like I'm setting this standard. I'm setting that standard. Like AD Sykes kind of quiet about some of her stuff that she's been doing. And she needs to not do so to me. Tell people what you're doing, ma'am. Because the only reason I know some of it is because I get to sit in some of the meetings. And I ain't sitting up there on Fangs Up stuff I'm like, oh, do some national alumni stuff. Okay. Booster stuff. Okay. What we doing here? Otherwise, I wouldn't know about it. And I'm sharing it with y'all because, hey, I want you to know about it too. Man, look, cuz, bruh, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. I don't know how much of that she can do now, but get P3 back on the table. Look, FAMU needs an entertainment district next to campus, especially on the south side. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all about that. That area where the goats used to be, I don't know if we just use that on the other side of DRS, and I guess that could be problem part of the problem because it is so close to FAMU DRS. But man, if FAMU could find a place to put an entertainment district, maybe that side, that other side, what's that, Adam Street across from Olean's, man, FAMU's got to find a way to acquire some of that property that maybe gets way over to that part that touches that backside of College Town, and to have some type of entertainment district would be amazing. Like, I'm with you on that one. Even I don't know how you where you would put that at this point, but yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like that one. I don't think she's too quiet. She's handling business and putting out fires. You're not wrong. I just wouldn't be that quiet about it though. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these folks say stuff and she hears it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She listens. I definitely sat in and she'll say something. You like, you better stop listening to them. They don't like you. But I like that. Yeah, that's true. She is putting out a lot of fires. But she need to let y'all know, like Wheezy, I'm the fireman. Like, I'm sorry. She need to act like Lil Wayne, let you know the fireman. You can spot it, get up, and I'll put you out. Like she has put out a lot of fires very quietly. Um, I will say that my biggest critique is just the hiring practices so far. But I ain't gonna lie, like she inherited a track coach that's kind of hungry. Like he's doing some stuff. Bowling coach, I ain't gonna get mad about that. She's unproven, but she had a solid career, even though she went to Jackson State. I ain't gonna get too upset about that. I'm gonna forgive her. You know, um, basketball coach, I want to see. I want to see. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, she talk about her success, man. I need AD sites to. Yeah, I need her to pound her own chest a little bit. Let y'all know she's the baddest athletic director out there. Like, I'm just saying, that's just me. I could be wrong, but nah. I think the P3 needs to get back on the table. Connect to College Town somehow. You just bought a lot of apartments that they appear to be renovating, but honestly, man, it seems like that could be an area that you could acquire for some hotel to turn into hotels, some other things, and put some dorms elsewhere on campus. Maybe just do something different. Like make that connection to Railroad Square, Railroad Avenue, so that way you have an entertainment area that's far enough away from the students that it's not a problem, but it's close enough to College Town to where the city of Tallahassee and FAMU police could like manage it and monitor it. So nah, but I'm with that. Like, and I don't know how much of that is on her and how much of that is on Larry Robinson. Like I definitely said, and I don't come out harsh on Larry too often. I ain't as bad as my man back there. He had that belt ready. I can't find mine. But I will say with Larry Robinson, his mission, vision, values for FAMU are clear. Like love him or hate him, he wants FAMU to be a certain type of institution. FAMU is trying to become a R1 research level institution, and from the reports I saw, it's the goal is to become R1 by 2030. I believe I saw that from WCTV as well as some other places. I retweeted it on FQFAMU or Fangs Up. But I know I retweeted on Fangs Up and the Florida Regional Alumni Association pages. He's also about building scholarships and getting scholarship funds in. That's big to Larry Robinson. We can tell you that. Oh, I like this one. Like it's like a Dave and Buster's type thing. Look at you, bro. Okay, well, but I'm with that. Like honestly, I agree with that. Like, I think you put that P3 on the other side of College Town, and then you set up where you may need to expand the roadways a little bit, but connect to Bragg. I mean, you could keep it a walking distance, but you want to be respectful for your older patrons. But FAMU definitely would need to do that on the northern side of campus, so you one protect the students, and then you kind of have the what was the computer science building on the north side, and SBI kind of be your northernmost points of contact for the students, and then everything further south going all the way to the southern, Lord, that sounds like some of these kids, southern end of campus be used for where you have your campus facilities, you rebuild your dorms, like where you have Sampson and Young, where Pattyfoot was, eventually that's other area. I mean, that could definitely be a place where you put a tower, like put some dorms there. Like you tore Pattyfoot down, got to replace it with something. You can name it Pattyfoot, but that could be something for you. And again, it's right there across from the calf. Good location for students. Put a police substation there, and then that allows you to again repurpose some of that land that you bought that you turned into dorms and say, hey, we're going to, since you already do have a hotel right in that area, maybe use that for some of that other area as well. So again, that's out there, but I agree. And ONG Strikes on Kelvin said the same thing. FAMU should have an entertainment district on campus because we're seeing what happens to College Town and what College Town has become. And it's almost a place where you can't navigate if you're not from Tallahassee. Um, oop, let's see. We are getting close to R1. Exactly. It would be huge. And I agree. I love that statement that Dr. Robinson is not perfect. None of us are. Old Christian cop out, but it's true. Um, Larry Robinson is not big on athletics. And really, in truth, at first, how long did it take him to become the president? Like, not become, but convince him to be the president. Like, I believe he was interim 2 or 3 times before he was finally like, all right, I'll take the job. Like, dang. Like, because at first, I would go back and check that first time he was interim. He was kind of looking over his shoulder, like, can y'all do this? Because I just want to go back and do my research. Like, it took him later on to truly embrace becoming the president of Florida A&M University. So, now I appreciate it, man. Y'all keep dropping those in the comments there because they're very true. And one of the problems we do have, though, state of Florida. And I ain't gonna say what Kanye would say about George Bush, but it ain't too different from about Ron DeSantis. Like, they really don't care about FAMU that much. They don't care about helping FAMU increase enrollment. They are intentional about keeping FAMU's enrollment at that 9,000 number and not really allowing us to hit the 10, 15, 20s. And that adversely affects us. I mean, I've definitely said it before. If you got 9, 10,000 students, I mean, if FAMU were able to get to 15, 20,000 students, you're going to lose some because of some of what you get. But then all of a sudden, it allows you to cast a wider net. And some of the issue is because of FAMU's graduation rates and the tradition that we do tend to take students who are lower income, who don't have that safety net. But all of a sudden, if you're able to produce more graduates, you're able to produce more graduates who can afford to pitch in and support that safety net. You build your alumni association, you build your affinity groups, and those groups give back. And so that's some of the things that I think is lost. I think sometimes we get so focused on the data. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of spinning here, but we get so focused on the data of FAMU's graduation numbers and these people finishing in 4 years that we don't look at the fact that, and go back and check this. This is said in the Alumni Association meetings. They're not looking at how FAMU's doing so much with such a high population of students that receive Pell Grants. And pretty much for the Pell Grants, if your parents make more than $50,000, $60,000, you're probably out of luck. And so you start to look at A lot of our students are getting Pell Grants and all these other means of financial aid, but this financial aid only really pays for tuition. Like it barely covers housing unless they get the, Florida State University grant and some of these other grants and scholarships. You still got our kids that are at the point of where they have to go to the food pantry on campus. They got to eat ramen noodles and things like that. So, yeah, our kids are not going to graduate at the same level at the same rate. Hell, I got two parents. It took me, I didn't do FAMU in 4 or 5 years, and I was a transfer student. I didn't go to school during the summer. I tell people quick, I graduated with no debt when I left FAMU, but during the summer, I was not taking classes. I was working. During the fall, paid them, went to class, had fun. Like your graduation rates are going to take longer when you're dealing with people who don't have the same security net and don't have the same financial benefits. Like it's got to be said. Like, and they're not going to see it because that's not their reality. I mean, Florida State, as big as it is, and UF have some of the lowest numbers of students who receive Pell Grant funds. Go check it out. I think they were dead last, both of them. And the crazy part, Florida State has a program that is catered to receiving those kind of students. Is it really catered to receive those kind of students? Is my question. Or is it catered so that Florida State looks like they give a damn about kids that are broke? I mean, because you got the CARE program, and the CARE program does some great things, does awesome things for those students that fit that program. They try to do mentorship, support, and all those kind of things, not knocking it, but going back and looking at the research and seeing that FSU is taking such a low number of students that receive Pell Grants. But then I go back and see how many FAMU takes. My question is that program truly a program that is there to only support those students, or is it there to help schools like FSU meet a certain metric so that they can be seen as receiving, or not receiving, but taking in a certain demographic of student so it doesn't look as elitist as it can look? And it's just a real question. But again, FAMU's fighting several factors when you start looking at what it is as a program, beyond the fact that we are, where we've been. um, yeah. Ooh, can't be there to support those students. I mean, they do. I worked at FSU in financial aid, so I wasn't taking a shot, but it was definitely a slightly or heavily informed opinion. But that also, kind of looked to see like, with this new research, how do I feel about this now? So, but yeah, man, it's a lot that FAMU needs to do. And just as a fan, we definitely got to make sure we do our part to support, but at the same point, we have to find that thing that we can consistently focus on, that we can follow, and we can pour our time, efforts, and research into, because when we do that, FAMU's dangerous. Like as a fan base and as an alumni base, when we can get behind a singular person or a singular thing, we've seen that culturally as Black people, but we've also seen as a university, when FAMU gets focused on something and its alumni push it, that becomes something that is very hard to stop and something hard to contend with. And I hope FAMU Athletics continues to be that. But I'm also looking forward to seeing the fruits of some of this, because I'll wrap it up with this. And y'all know, if you've been watching the show, OBC, FAMU by 20. Hadn't said it yet. If you hadn't heard it yet, I'm saying it again. But this season, by the end of 2023, look at how many championships FAMU could end with. Football is really the last of the year. Like if you start thinking about for the full year, football, volleyball, like baseball kind of started it. Like baseball, volleyball started. How do you feel about that? FAMU could finish, AD Sykes could finish her first tenure as athletic director with like 5 conference championships, which is crazy for a first-year athletic director who's never done it before to come in and to, one, fix a problem that dealt with the NCAA to the point where you're inviting the NCAA to come to your school, like, come see if you got the same problem. But then to, two, have multiple championships in women's sports that are kind of underfunded. And then to flip that and have a championship quality baseball program that is underfunded, win the SWAC championship, but then go down to what equates to a Major League Baseball facility and give the Gators the business, like have the Gators sweating and produce Major League Baseball talent. Like FAMU had baseball players get drafted. When was the last time that happened? Like, we don't say that enough for an underfunded program. Like, and I agree with Kofi. I'm tired of doing less with less. We got to do more with more eventually. But then to finish this football season, this is the season. This is the season where it's got to all come together. That could be something that would be documentary worthy, to be a first-time athletic director, woman, granted, however you feel about that is how you feel about that, but woman coming into this industry, into this area, into this space, win this many championships, get the first men's championship at your school in this new conference. Because the ladies, this is what, our third? Yeah, women got 3 championships in the SWAC. We got 2 for volleyball and tennis, 1 for tennis. Then you got baseball, that's 4. Look, this could be a year where FAMU Athletics really does some stuff that's kind of revolutionary and that we get stuff going straight. I will say, if I'm AD Sykes, I'm already getting my January, February ready and starting the strike tour for next year. And I'm trying to find a way to where we can carry some of these trophies with us, because heavens forbid FAMU gets more than a SWAC championship for football. A Celebration Bowl, man, you don't want them kind of problems. You don't want FAMU is bragging that much. We bad now. Man, come on. Michael Jackson bad. So, all right, we ran long, man, but we got some great questions. Look, if you got more questions, look, fangsuppodcast@gmail.com. Drop them in the comments. Like, let a brother know. Y'all see, I respond. But we're going to talk about the Great Festival on Thursday. Didn't get to have the brother on. It was my fault. I don't brag often. I said I would if I was AD Sykes. So I'm going to be Keith and brag. I just got named Dean at Memorial Middle School here in Orlando about 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, man, I was supposed to do a show and it was like, oh, crap. This ran late. And it was because I just getting amalgamated to a new position and stuff ran long. So it was my fault for not having the brother from the Uncorked event on. All my fault. So what I'll do is I'll make it up. I'll talk about it. I mean, my uncle aunt gonna get some scuffing eyes for me anyway. So we're gonna talk about that. Also talk about some of these kids that got FAMU offers too. Now we ain't just gonna talk about all that. We're gonna do that, And looking forward to the OBC. We're gonna do a little post game action there, and we might see about looking up with some of our brothers on some other stuff. Appreciate the congratulations. All right, though. As always, y'all, HBCU Digital Network. This is home to Herb Stewart and the Black Techies. Check out Herb's podcast about bands. Herb is a band head. I like how bands sound, but I can barely read music anymore. I'm old. Also, home to the Fangs Up podcast, man. Catch us Thursday. Also catch us on next Sunday. Again, Thursday, we're going to talk Uncorked, but we're also going to talk a little about some of these kids FAMU got offered. And, we're going to try and check out some high school football games, man. Probably go to the Apopka game on Friday, get some pictures, tell y'all what you see. Got some kids, got some FAMU offers up there. PJ, Lorenzo, trying to see, put some good film out there, man. But, again, thank y'all for listening. And as always, it's going to be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, how